Hello there. You know what this is about. You know what that opening was about. It's Star Wars, baby. And instead of on May the 4th, when they could have released all this, they waited for a bait and switch to May 27th. Did I know we were going to get 2 new trailers to talk about as well? Fuck no, I didn't. I just thought we'd have to talk about Obi-Wan. Woo! Let's get started. Eric, hello.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan.
I know. I will have cantaloupe.
We have
Delicious.
we have both watched the first 2 parts of the 6-part series, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Joe, what are your initial thoughts on this series?
Initial thoughts? Let's fucking go. That's all.
Dude.
That's my initial thoughts. Let's fucking go. I'm so excited. Before we dive deep, though, we should probably talk about the other Star Wars media because I'm not.
Oh, I'm so excited about Obi-Wan, though.
I know.
Andor.
I know.
Andor looks great. I love on the ground Star Wars stuff. I learned that from Rogue One.
Yeah. I mean, Andor is Rogue One, so.
Yeah. So I'm totally down for more of that. You know, it's like the interesting side of the space politics that the prequels didn't quite stick the landing on, and seeing things like stormtroopers being an actual threat to your average person is something that I just really want to see more of.
Always good. Also, you heard the Mongolian throat singing, which is just a genre of music in Star Wars now, which I love.
Yeah,
so good. They started it in Fallen Order, which we'll get to.
That's right.
And
they
now
did.
It's the same guys doing the. I don't know how to fucking Mongolian throat sing.
Yeah, I mean
it's a lot like that.
It's a very disciplined art, so we're not going to be able to just do it right now.
Immediate cameo we both saw was Miss Mon Mothma.
Yeah,
also makes sense because she was in the movie. So it's gonna be cool to see. It's gonna be street running and shooting and just some nasty shit, dude. And I fucking love that part of Star Wars. I love that you can do that in Star Wars. Yeah. Star Wars as a universe is vast now, and we're putting all different genres in it. And we're just reskinning it as Star Wars. That's why I love this fucking
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. I think Mon Mothma too is like one of the more intriguing background characters of original Star Wars too. So I'm excited to see.
Mm-hmm. She presents herself as someone important in the only movie we see her in. Really.
Exactly. Yeah. You get like this real air of importance from Mon Mothma, and you're like, who's that? What's going on there?
Mm-hmm. But let's jump into Jedi Survivor.
The Fallen Order, the sequel to the Fallen Order game.
Yes, the sequel to the Fallen Order game. Apparently, it's 5 years after, because sure. And we got Cal Kestis looking like a snack, like with some dude in a Bacta tank in front of him, and now everyone's asking the question: who in the Bacta tank? Is it the Sith he was fighting in the trailer? Is it, for some people think it's what's his name? It's Camrom or Carmrom, whatever. The dude from the Force Unleashed series who had white hair and lightning scars.
Oh, was
blind.
That would be a crazy move.
Some people think just because of the way the outfit is, it looks very similar to Starkiller's outfit. I swear to God, if we're making Starkiller canon in a different way, I'm gonna freak the fuck out.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
I'm gonna go fucking insane if we make Starkiller canon.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
We have some issues with. Well, why not?
I don't know. It's just
nothing is off the table anymore. That's the thing.
That's true.
Nothing is off the table.
They have decanonized everything so they can recanonize anything.
Yes.
You're right.
History is now settling, and we're trying to build on top of the new concrete that we've laid as a foundation, and it's crazy.
I think they're actually doing a pretty good job with that in general, too. I think, criticisms of the sequel movies aside, that Disney now has laid down some pretty interesting stuff to build off of.
They're not only doing that, but they're using the fact of, this is canon, to fuck with us. We'll get to that when we get to the end.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm so excited. Listen.
Okay. And also, with this trailer, too, because who the fuck was that Powin?
I don't know, but he was cool looking.
Yeah, but like, I have theories, but we don't want to get the theories. We just want to talk about that.
You think it's related to the Grand Inquisitor?
Of course it is! Is the Grand Inquisitor just a title? I mean, yeah, it's a title. But is it always just, we just gave it to another Aplowan? To another Powan? Like,
I don't know, yeah, that's a question.
Because let me tell you, the Obi-Wan Grand Inquisitor acts nothing like the Grand Inquisitor in Rebels.
Yeah, but the actor also said that he intentionally did not watch Rebels because they wanted a fresh take on the character. So I don't know how to interpret that, you know?
I hate that. Well, I think that's the bait and switch, where it's like, we want a fresh take on the character because it's not that Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah, that's a possibility for sure.
You know? Also, his head was too bulbous. Too bulbous.
I don't know, man. Listen, let me just say about Jedi Fallen Order. Jedi Fallen Order was like one of my favorite games of whatever year that was. Was that like 2019, 2018? Was it glitchy? Yes. Did I get stuck in a part because I jumped someplace that I shouldn't have and then I couldn't jump back, and then when I tried to jump back, he noodled into a million pieces and then shot across the map? Yeah, that happened. I don't give a shit. It's got lightsabers. And I loved it.
I did not have that experience.
What did you play it on? Did you play it on PC? Mm-mm. Was it on PC? What did you play it on?
I played it on my PS4.
Okay, I played it on the Xbox One. That might have something to do with it.
Xbox sucks.
Yeah, Xbox games don't really run that smoothly.
Well, now all their games are being made to be on the Game Pass for PC. They're slowly moving away from the Xbox itself.
I know, it seems like they've kind of abandoned it, because it's like the Series X has what for it? Because I was going to get, well, I mean, I probably shouldn't have gotten a Series X either way, but if I were going to get one, it would have been for Halo Infinite. And then I find out Halo Infinite is on the Xbox One. So I was like, I'll just ask for the game for Christmas, and that's it. Yeah, I don't have to buy a whole console.
They want to reach as many people as possible. Backwards compatibility is such a weird thing now, only in this generation and the prior one. And now we question whenever we don't see it. You know? I mean, that's what we talked about with...
You're totally right.
What game? We talked about it with Gotham Knights. Arkham Knights.
Yes, yeah. That they're not backwards compatibility-izing that, and it's going to probably hurt its sales. You're right. And when you don't have that, suddenly it's like, oh, why don't we have that? But the thing is, it just totally de-incentivized the Series X for me. Because it's like, okay, well, what other exclusives are there? I have this Xbox that runs in 4K anyway.
I didn't know the Series X was technically like the next console. I just thought it was like an upgrade.
Well, the Series S is like an upgrade. But the Series X has more processing power.
That sounds like just an upgrade. Like, it's not like, this is the Xbox XXX.
Right. No, there really isn't much to distinguish it in a significant way.
So then why would you even try to buy an upgraded?
I don't know. If they made Halo exclusive, I probably would have done it. Because I love
Either
Halo.
way, we're not talking about that sci-fi series. That sci-fi series released a series that I watched 2 episodes of and stopped talking about.
Yeah, we did that whole episode where you described it to me, and then we never followed up on that.
Yeah, because guess what? It lost my interest so fucking hard because Star Wars is here, baby. So, sorry, Master Chief. Cal Kestis is my boy, and I'm going to follow him into another From Software-like game so I can just fucking beat my head against a rocket. They're a lot easier than the From Software games, but they're still super fun.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to see all the new shit. I think that Powan was just a fucking... I think he was just the Grand Inquisitor, and that's fucking with me because of how old he is.
Does the Grand Inquisitor wear makeup? Is that what the deal is? Does he get up in the morning?
I guess it has to be, right? Is that makeup just the Grand Inquisitor makeup? Because, spoilers for Rebels, we kind of see him before he was the Grand Inquisitor, and he doesn't have that shit.
Is he still white? Is
this all a trick to make us all racist?
Is he...
Fuck!
Is he...
Shit! Star Wars!
Is he... Does he cake on a layer of foundation every day?
He's that color normally.
Okay. Well, then I don't know. Listen, that game's going to be great. The first one was great.
Good. It's going to be good. I can't wait to see how they refine the combat and everything.
The combat was already really good.
Yeah, but now they had a whole game to like change things up. I would like to see how that comes out, and I would also like to see where Cal is, like on a gameplay level at the start. Like, do we just start at the beginning? Do we have not the double-bladed lightsaber? Like, are they gonna explain stuff? It'll be cool. It'll be cool to see.
Is it gonna be like a Metroid game, and they're gonna be like, "Oops, you lost all your powers.
Yep.
Gotta go find them."
But don't worry. Here's more ponchos. Ponchos.
Collectible ponchos.
He's like the worst dressed Star Wars character. His first poncho is fine, but every poncho after is like, all right, dude, ponchos aren't cool. Stop fucking wearing ponchos. You're a Jedi.
You don't have to wear a poncho.
Where's your Jedi robe? Just wear a Jedi robe once.
Like somebody coming up to Cal Kestis and being like, "Hey, like ponchos are not required." And he's like,
"What?
What?" You want to know a secret? I never beat the first Fallen Order game.
Oh, dude, it was so good.
I played it on the hardest. I played it on the hardest difficulty, and I got to the final before you see Darth Vader, the girl who is the boss before that. And what sucks is that I was like, well, I haven't gotten every single upgrade, but I can go back. And then I fought her, and I was like, oh, I'm not ready. I should go back. And it doesn't let you go back, and it didn't tell you that you couldn't go back.
Yeah.
So I looked up the ending.
You can still beat her.
I can't. It's not a matter of whether I
good.
Yeah, it's not a matter of whether I can technically do it. It's a matter of whether I can or can't do it. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's time.
Oh, dude.
It's time to talk about Obi-Wan Kenobi. Okay. Oh my God, there's so much to unpack. Oh, where do we start? From the beginning? From like the straight beginning? You know what? Oh.
Obi-Wan was born to a mother and father somewhere in the Outer Rim.
No, too much, too far back.
I don't even know if that's where he was born.
The beginning of the fucking series, I'm watching it on, right? I'm just like, all right, let's click. I'm ready to go. And it's a skip recap on the bottom. I'm like, what do you mean skip recap?
Dude, that was a long recap.
How is there a recap for this? And then they do like this homage clip from the fucking prequels, and it fucking sent me. It sent me somewhere.
It was like 5 minutes long. It was a long recap.
I watched it though. I watched the fuck out of it.
I didn't, to be honest.
Oh, you didn't?
I was like, I've seen those movies a million times, dude. I don't need a recap.
It's important to watch the recap for this thing, I feel, just because it kind of tells you what the story of the series is going to be. Because they always allude to other stuff throughout. Did
you see the list of recommended viewing that Disney released for Obi-Wan
Kenobi?
For
Obi-Wan? Yeah, I saw that they mentioned a lot of sad stuff. Because that's all the sad stuff that he's in.
Well, it's all Satine related stuff.
I don't know if that's actually Satine related because we did it, or if it's just because, hey, you need
to see Obi-Wan go through some shit.
To see Obi-Wan go through some shit. Yeah,
yeah. I guess
there is a line that makes me wonder if he was talking about Satine or Padme at one point.
Oh, when he's like, yeah, I saw some people discussing whether or not. I feel like it's got to be Padme though. Like that's so.
I mean, does it? I don't know if he like knew Padme as well as Satine. That's the thing.
Yeah, true, but it's her daughter.
And yeah, but that banter. While he's in, like, Jedi stuff and he's trying to take over the scene, like, that's the banter that is alluded between him and Satine throughout.
Yeah.
I think he definitely sees both.
Okay.
All right. And also, honestly, if he cared enough about, like, Leia as, like, Anakin's daughter or as Padme's daughter, like, he doesn't, like, he cares more about Luke because, Anakin's son, the boy. And we see those flashbacks of him failing the boy prior. I think he was just kind of like excluding Leia from his brain to save himself.
I think, yeah. Oh, definitely. He had to focus on, he thought, Bail Organa has Leia, it's fine.
By the way, Bail Organa, like, good, greatest dude, right? He's just a good dude.
He is. Dude, we got to see Alderaan. Good dad,
good friend. We saw Alderaan. It was beautiful. It was a mix of the video games and it was so good.
He is a good dad. I like that scene where he kind of leveled with her.
Let me tell you, those bounty hunters were looking for trouble in Alderaan places. You gotta admit
that's our episode, everyone.
Goodbye, everybody.
There's something interesting about
we
that.
We are jumping around.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm so excited about Obi-Wan.
Yeah, this is Obi-Vomit.
It's interesting that it's like nobody seemed to guess that Leia was going to be involved at all, and yet when she showed up, it was like, oh, of course she's involved.
Of course. Oh my god, the little girl they got for Leia is perfect.
She's good. She's
the
good.
actress for Leia is perfect. How they write Leia is perfect.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
How old are you? 10. You don't talk like a 10-year-old. Thank you. Like, motherfucker, what?
It's very Carrie Fisher. I feel like it's good.
That fucking scene where she's talking to her cousin and she just dismantles him with words is just, that's delicious. This is amazing.
That kid dies on Alderaan, probably.
Good.
Yeah, fuck him.
Fuck that kid. He was mean to our princess. Fuck that kid.
You saw C-3PO in that scene?
We saw
C-3PO. You saw R2-D2 in the background?
Okay, we need to talk about some parallels that I know, like... There's some parallels that Obi-Wan is gonna see in Leia, which is gonna hurt him, and I love it. He's gonna see Anakin in that. She loves droids. Yeah. Like, she fucking loves ships. She loves ships. There she was, just looking at ships flying away, talking to her droid friend that she probably helped make, that she treats as a person. I'm so glad. I'm so glad we're kind of talking about treating droids as people, because that's like almost an inherently Jedi thing. Because they communicate with them in their language throughout the series, and most people don't understand it, or are apparently just fucking like, they're slaves and servants. Where. God, rich people in all aspects. They're always portrayed so terribly, because you got either Bail Organa, who's this great person and humanitarian, or you got his brother, who's a dick-ass piece of shit, who's like, I don't want to talk about slaves, I'm here to eat your food.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Fuck this guy.
Fuck the bourgeoisie. Dismantle Alderaan.
In canon, I think Alderaan has a slave problem.
Oh, really?
In general, as like part of their canon growing up. So, maybe it should have been blown.
I like that little droid she's got. It reminds me of Weebo from the Flubber remake.
Yeah. It's got like the back things go up and down like a little tiny ladybug kind of thing. It looks really cool. I'm into it. There's a lot to unpack. That Grand Inquisitor did not act like the Grand Inquisitor from Rebels at all, which makes me think that he's not. That
he's not at all the same guy? I don't know. Possibly.
Okay, so at the end of episode 2, he gets fucking jobbed. He completely jobbed. He just gets fucking killed.
But listen, man, Darth Maul gets cut in half.
Darth Maul got cut in half, but because it's been like it was a good fight beforehand, and he was baited into the trap.
Yeah, but
this guy was like, "Move over, I'm gonna walk." And
no, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, wound-wise, he could probably recover from that. I think there's a possibility that was just a way to get him out of the way.
Fair. He could survive. I don't know if Powan's but it looked like a kill shot, and also Darth Maul's hatred kept him alive. Don't compare the power of a Sith Lord to a Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It is a Sith thing. But I just don't know. I mean, you just don't know at this point, I guess.
It's either a different Grand Inquisitor, he's either actually fine, somehow, or C, in the comics they do weird reincarnation shit with Grand Inquisitor specifically. They showed that. So maybe it'd be weird. It would just be weird, though. He didn't act like the character. He wasn't as cool. He wasn't as like...
I don't know. So here's the thing about that, is I get that he doesn't have the same imposing presence as the animated Grand Inquisitor. Because the guy who plays the Grand Inquisitor in the animated series is Lucius Malfoy, right? I mean, that guy is terrifying. Like, he's good at being scary. I think, though, that this version of the Grand Inquisitor was fitting because he's got a little bit of that, like, Empire snivel to him. Where he's like...
Do you know that this breaks the canon, though?
Well, here's the thing. He's kind of just like a heel. and that works in the context of the Obi-Wan series. And so that's the thing that I was going to say, is that there is the possibility that they're like soft retconning Rebels. Did you hear about the Ahsoka footage?
What Ahsoka footage?
You didn't hear about that? There was another trailer. They haven't released it, but there was a trailer for Ahsoka, and it starts with her on the on the bridge of the Ghost, and there's a couple. I haven't watched all of. I think
if
Hera's
she's on the Ghost in Hera. Fuck.
I think Hera's there, but you don't see her from the front, and they imply that Ezra is going to be there. But what I'm saying is that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to follow exactly what happened in Rebels. There still is a possibility.
Okay. You didn't watch Rebels, so you don't understand how important the Grand Inquisitor was?
No, I mean, I didn't watch all. I watched like the first few.
The Grand Inquisitor, when he died, he killed himself because he was so afraid of what was going to happen.
That's neat.
He was fighting against Kanan and Ezra. Ezra escaped. And, like, when it came time to, like, hey, we should stop fighting or you're going to fall into this thing and die, the Grand Inquisitor, like, looked at Kanan's face. He's like, basically said, there are scarier things than death, and then offed himself. He jumped off. He just let go. And that led to Vader showing up and, like, whooping the Rebels' ass for a few episodes. His death sparked Vader coming.
No,
and, like,
I mean, I'm not
heightening everything.
But what I mean is that
you can't soft retcon something like that with him dying before he even sees the Rebels, which is why it makes me believe.
Why not?
What do you mean? That the whole first season of Rebels doesn't make sense then?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like they might take the characters from Rebels, but I'm not saying that.
But no. Here's the thing, though. The reason why I don't think they would do that is because they've literally brought characters from Rebels and Clone Wars into live action and kept them the same as they are. So to me, it feels like they are using the fact that we know this is canon to freak us out.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
While also give us new knowledge that, like, oh yeah, the Grand Inquisitor isn't just that dude. That was a different Grand Inquisitor.
So you're leaning more toward the idea that there's going to be another Grand Inquisitor that comes out. Okay. It's a possibility. Yeah. That'd be a hard secret to keep under wraps while they're producing this, but...
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Here's what they do, right? Here's what they do. They release the Grand Inquisitor in the trailer, and everyone freaks out. And then everyone's questioning it because he looks like shit. That's the thing. Everybody thought that Grand Inquisitor looks bad. They're like, his head's too big, his markings are weird, he's not as imposing. Like, everybody let all these comments about it when we saw him because he's a character that everybody actually likes and felt like somewhat imposed by. This feels like just a giant bait and switch until they reveal the real Grand Inquisitor.
It could very well be. I feel like it's either that or he's gonna just get. I feel like the thing is I want to temper my expectations there, because when they do just patch up his hole and put him back into the fight, you know what I mean? I don't want to be like, oh wow, what a...
They could do that too, and that could change his personality a little bit, so he's a little less, I'm better than you, so just listen to me.
I feel like yeah, I get that he's different, but I think that it works in the context of the Obi-Wan series regardless, because you
Eric, you know how I feel about character work. You can't just change a character to make it fit into your series.
Yeah, well, and that's why I'm sort of leaning toward more the idea that they're sort of soft retconning, and not necessarily that they need to change.
I don't think they're going to
Sabine or certain people that have showed up from Clone Wars or Rebels, but that
I don't think it's a soft retcon, because you wouldn't be saying this if you had watched all of Rebels. I honestly don't think you would be.
Maybe not,
because also whose hands are in the Obi-Wan project?
My hands.
No, whose hands are in the Obi-Wan project?
My hands are all over that thing.
I'm gonna slap you across the face. I'm gonna kick you in the dick.
I watched it 3 times already.
I'm gonna burn your Pikachu that's smiling into the ground.
Oh, my son got me that.
Good.
Whose
hands are in it?
I'm taking bets. Jon Favreau.
Yeah.
Dave Filoni.
Yeah. They're not going to do that. This is all just a bait and switch. I think it's a bait and switch. It would be he's either alive, which would be fine. You can have him alive, and then he can change. Because this is a few years before Rebels happened.
Yeah, we do have time. We have time for
but
anything
he
to
can
happen.
come back, or he cannot be dead. It could be a different Grand Inquisitor during Rebels. That's also fine, because I can't believe that this... there's no reason for me to believe that the Inquisitors don't have experienced any deaths and also betrayals because they're dark Jedi throughout the whole course of their history.
So they need a cue.
Yeah, I mean we never know their names. We get told this is second sister.
Right.
This is blah blah blah.
Right. No, maybe. So, I guess we'll see. That's the thing. I really just I love this series because I'm not sure. I don't know what'll happen. I just don't know.
Well, we do know what's going to happen.
Well, okay,
Obi-Wan is going to save Leia, and then he goes back into hiding on Tatooine.
Yeah.
Maybe third sister dies.
She's
know.
She's relentless, dude. She fucking chopped off that lady's hand without hesitation.
Here's the thing. That's just a character angry who's angry. She feels like a murder hobo player character in a D&D campaign who just goes around doing whatever. And literally everybody's like, stop doing this shit. What are you doing?
But I feel like the thing is what I think is probably going to happen is she's going to be revealed to have been a former Jedi.
No, she was that little kid in the beginning.
Right.
She was one of the little kids in the beginning.
Yeah, and somehow she was probably wronged by Obi-Wan or feels wronged by Obi-Wan.
The reason why every Jedi knows Obi-Wan's face, not just because of the Clone Wars and because he was on the Master Council, was because he sent a message out to every Jedi before, right during Order 66. Go into hiding. Yeah. We must wait. We have to bide our time. That's why that other Jedi in the first episode was like, hey, I got a lightsaber. Right. What about the fight? And he's like, there is no fight. Completely nope, we lost what I sent to everybody. No, that was just
Which, by the way, that was one of the Safdie brothers, the guys that directed the movie Uncut Gems and Good Time.
Oh.
I was like, what? What's he doing here?
Being a Jedi.
But yeah, I mean, the thing is the third sister works as a character who is she's so pissed. She's so pissed.
How does she know that Vader is Anakin?
Right? I don't know.
I want to know more about this character's background other than she was there during... Also, how many times we got to see Order 66 happen?
Dude, that was
Stop just murdering people in front of us.
That was bad timing with the Texas shooting that happened last week. That first scene happened, and I was like, oh, what the fuck?
No kids died.
What? The teacher died!
That's not a kid.
Oh, Lord, Joe. What a hill to die on. All right.
And what do you mean, what hill? That's a fact! No kids died.
It was
in Star Wars.
It was for me. It was intense, and it called back something very terrible that happened, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
That's not intentional, but that's
no. It's just what bad timing. Of course.
Listen, they were out there learning waterbending in the middle of the night for some fucking reason.
That's what happens in the movie, right?
Yeah, but why are they training at night? That's so dumb.
I mean, I don't know. They're Jedi. Their training never stops, man.
Cult.
It's a
cult.
Oh yeah. Confirming burp.
Sorry.
That's one of the things. Oh, go ahead.
I just liked seeing more Jedis. Even though they weren't named and they were all dying. Them blaster fire that Clone Wars era is so nice to see. Well done,
dude.
Uh-huh.
You get the homeless clone trooper.
Yeah. Oh.
That was...
Hey, we know you're filming Boba Fett. Do you want to do a thing real quick? Love to. Let's do it. Help Boba Fett.
I hope they use him more in this.
Dude, that'd be so good. Okay, he was in blue armor. He was part of the 501st Legion. He probably worked for Obi-Wan. Yeah. But he didn't recognize him. Yeah. Same way there. He had that lost veteran look in his... Oh.
Yeah. It was intense. The emotional highs and lows of this series were already
so good,
just so crazy.
So good.
You know what? One of my favorite things about these episodes too was, well, first off, people complain about the the like quality of the Disney TV shows, that they're like not that great, which I think is sort of a silly argument.
That's dumb. I liked them all.
The cinematography in this one, like the shots of him walking across the desert and stuff, were just, oh man, it took it to the next level. It felt like it was intended to be a theatrical release at times, which was cool. Yeah. But what I liked, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, the soul-breaking monotony of them repeating his carving up a crate dragon.
Yeah,
it's the exact same every time. Thing goes off. Clean the knife, wrap the thing, hit the Gonk droid says gonk when we clock out. Love that.
Yeah, he's the little clock out machine. Yep. And then you think about it, right, that he's probably been doing that for like 10 years. Every day.
Yeah. Yep.
And that was great too, because that's the kind of stuff in this show that I feel like works so well, because you see that, right? And you don't have to have it explained to you, but you understand immediately that he's a changed man. That he's had to do that for like 10 years on this fucking shitty planet.
This is definitely not the Jedi Master at full strength that we see in Rebels.
No, and you see him strain with the Force too.
Well, I don't think he was connected to the Force at all.
Yeah, exactly.
And here's.
Oh my god.
Okay, here. Sorry, I like my camera. Well, okay, listen. Him having dreams. Him just thinking about Anakin and then failing the boy, and him trying to call out to Qui-Gon but not being able to because he hasn't. I think he lost his connection to the Force, and him being alone. This cycle of failure from the Jedi Masters is so present.
Yeah.
Yoda, Obi-Wan, Luke. It was the same way. They handled it the exact same way. Isolation. Terrible dreams, disconnection from the Force. So good.
That's a good point. Yeah,
so good.
It's like a repeating sad cycle. But I feel like this show is going to end with him finding some sliver of hope to carry on.
Oh yeah, a new hope.
Hey, that's our show, everybody.
Yeah. A new hope.
You know what I liked too was Kumail Nanjiani's character in this.
Oh, he was so good.
I like that a lot.
I'm using the Force.
just the idea that there's like a con man that's pretending to be a Jedi. But what I liked the most about that too is that he then ends up redeeming himself and giving Obi-Wan good information.
He's a rebel,
and it shows. Right? It shows,
He's
right?
A rebel.
It was so much character in that like small thing, because it showed that like he actually is kind of doing that out of admiration.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's a con man.
Oh, you know my name. Oh.
Yeah.
He remembered my name.
Yeah, that was so good. It just really great. I mean, it was all around really well written.
I want to see him more. I would like to see him in Andor. I would like to just see him show up and be like a rebel. Like, he's probably a rebel.
Or at least wants to be. You know?
I mean, he's sending them. He's sending people.
That's true.
Families.
No, you're right.
Who with potential Jedi powers. I think that was very implied that kid had like the Force.
Yeah.
To get the fuck out.
No, and
that's the thing. He was also making a profit on the side.
That's the thing about that character, is it was like so quick but so complex so quickly. It was so good. It was great. I
also would have liked the narrative of Kumail just being like a shitty Padawan who escaped and only knows how to open doors. that'd be pretty funny. I like this version, but like I would have really liked him seeing Obi-Wan show up and be like, "Oh shit, Obi-Wan, fuck."
He's like they had time to teach me one thing. It's just the doors. I don't know how to do anything else.
I just know how to do this. Those aren't magnets, are they?
Not to delve too far into negative territory, but I will say I was so hyped and then at the end we didn't even talk about the fact that you see fucking Darth Vader in the Bacta tank, and it's this incredible, so impactful the cut is between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader, because he is having this panic attack about Anakin, and then
Anakin's alive. This is him finding out. It's so good.
Yeah, so at the end of the episode, when he finds out, he cuts to Darth Vader. He's like breathing through the tubes, and I was so hyped. I was like, I almost shed a tear, dude. I'm serious, man.
Yeah,
I have not been this excited about Star Wars since I was like a little kid. It's so fun to feel excited about this. And then I went online, and I was like, "Oh, I bet everybody's so hyped." And people were being such dicks immediately. And it had been like an hour, dude.
All right, let me. Okay, blanket statement for all of those listening. For all those listening on, YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, whatever the fuck, however you consume our media. You like Star Wars? You're a fan. Great. Know that I probably hate you.
Just try harder. Be better.
Come on. Enjoy Star Wars. Just enjoy it. Stop shitting on everything about it.
Listen, I am all for...
I kind of do like the idea that Star Wars is such a very wide, reaching piece of media that so many different people love it.
Yeah, true.
To the point that people love it for different reasons, even if it causes us all to fucking go at each other's goddamn throats all the time.
No, that's true. It's, definitely, there's like an intrinsic conflict of ideas in the Star Wars universe because you get such a wide range. You don't have people like you can say like there are more niche things where it's like probably your like core morals line up with people who like the thing that you like. That's not the case with Star Wars.
No.
And that definitely has something to do with it. But in general, I feel like it was just crazy the nitpicky things. I'm all for like critiquing and discussing things, but first off, this is 2 episodes of a miniseries where like you don't even so that like and I did a video where I was like, I can't believe that people are already critiquing this when they've seen 2 episodes. And there were comments that were like, you can't critique something when it's not over yet. Of course you can critique it, but like some of the stuff is about things that we don't even know. They're like, oh, how come she knows who Anakin is? It's like, I don't know. You don't know either. We haven't been
told yet. Don't complain about it. Let it tell you before you get to that.
Exactly. It just was wild and put a real damper on my good time, and I was pissed.
That's your fault. You should not have gone on forums right after.
I shouldn't have. I've never really done that too. And seriously, my interaction with Star Wars has been like directly with people that I like know in person for the most part.
I've told you this before.
I
too.
know.
Like, Star Wars fans are the worst.
I know.
Don't go like fuck. We are a self-hating community where, it's terrible. It's terrible. Can I give you a little fact that'll make you a little happy?
Yeah.
That scene where Obi-Wan's first on the planet and that girl's like, "You want spice, old man?" That's his daughter.
I know, yeah.
That's Ewan McGregor's daughter. I was someone's daughters once, too. And I'm like, aw.
It was you.
It was nice. It was cute.
It was him.
Little thing. Have some spice. It's for free. Dude, that spice hits hard.
Was that... So, and I have to check on this, but was that the first, like film or TV inference that spice is an actual drug?
No. Not at all. The entire like series has been telling us that spice is a drug.
When?
The Clone Wars.
Okay, in the
Rebels.
Clone Wars.
Video games. I think episode 2.
The games
alluded to it.
But no, okay, non-animated though. I was thinking maybe they mentioned it in Solo.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett mentions it?
Boba Fett's whole thing is that they're trying to get the spice trade through their thing. And
but I'm saying...
want drugs in my community.
Oh, okay. Okay, he does say that, huh? But you don't see them tripping on
spice.
it. You get to see Flea,
the
bassist from Red Hot Chili Peppers, tripping hard on spice in a room.
What a crazy... I recognized him from somewhere, and I'm like, who the fuck is this dude? And I had to look it up. I'm like, how the fuck are you in Star Wars? Why does everybody get to be in Star Wars? When do I get to be in Star Wars?
Flea was in Back to the Future also. Part 2.
Yeah, but I don't want to be back in the future. I want to be in Star Wars. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's fair.
Put me in Star Wars. I can be a cyberpunk kid. Their outfits look great. Can I be a radical Tyrannosaurus Raptor alien who's a bounty hunter? I fucking love that dude. He's so cool. He's so cool.
The T-Rex bounty hunter?
Yeah, with the guy who's so fucking cool, dude. They even brought that one bounty hunter droid back with he had the droid with the 2 guns.
Forlon? And what's weird about that is then I went online and people were saying that the The director, Deborah Chow, had mentioned that is not 4-LOM, it's a different droid.
Whatever.
It's just the same. But it was weird to me because I was like, why not just make it 4-LOM? I don't know why.
It's maybe because he died. He got gibbed. He didn't get shot at again.
I mean, he's a droid, though. You can just repair him.
I mean, you can destroy a droid to the point where they can't be repaired.
Yeah, but he just shot him in the chest a couple times. I feel like you can fix that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Who knows? What if that's where his CPU is at? Right there in the chest.
Yeah, I guess, but still, you could just then maybe he just gets a new CPU. I don't know how it works.
Then that's a different brain.
I don't know how it works.
That's a different brain.
Yeah, maybe that's the shell that becomes 4-LOM. I don't fucking know. I liked seeing that droid move though, because of course in like Empire, the 4-LOM suit does not move well.
No.
But they were able to actually give him some articulation.
It's very good.
It was nice.
Very good. I like Leia's such a little shit of a kid.
I like Leia.
If anything, that should prove that that's Anakin's daughter. Like, there's Padme, who, she but this little girl, like, just fucking running around, making assumptions, saying, like, I want to try this one. Give me these gloves.
Yeah, that was, and that's something.
You don't need gloves.
That's something that then is so beneficial to Obi-Wan's character as a viewer, to see him interact with a kid like that. Well, I loved when her droid broke and he was like, good, and then he realized that she was sad and
she actually cares.
He like gets down and he's like, so what happened anyway?
He was very good.
It was you see Obi-Wan opening up again for the first time. And it was such a compassionate moment. It was so good.
It was good. It's good because he's literally been hiding his compassionate side for so long.
Exactly.
That's how they say it in the first episode that compassion, a Jedi will trap himself. We just had to get good enough compassion bait, and that was Leia.
That was a great first scene. I really liked that.
Yeah,
their compassion leaves a trail.
And then he looks at the lightsaber scoring along the wall.
Yeah.
That was so good. I was like, yeah, some idiot with a lightsaber fucking really was dumb, weren't they? It was so good.
Also, Owen, Lars, real quick before we wrap this up, the chemistry.
Are we wrapping this up? Oh my god, we've been talking.
It's Obi-Wan, dude. I can talk about it forever.
Yeah.
The chemistry between Ewan McGregor and what's his face is so good. Like they've got
so good.
They got sparks flying, man.
He's got to reconcile with Owen a little bit, right? He has to. I think he has to.
I don't know. I don't think much.
I think he just enough so that way Luke can know who he is.
True, because in A New Hope he's like, oh yeah, Ben Kenobi or whatever.
Ben Kenobi, yeah.
They do reference that they have some sort of interaction with him.
In the books, Obi-Wan, I think I told you this before the show came out. In the books, Obi-Wan would, build and repair little toy ships and give it to Luke.
Yeah, and we
saw that here. And it hurt me.
I didn't even realize, but that specific ship that he gives him, you see Luke going like this with in A New Hope.
Yep.
Which also, by the way, let me say, my fiance, when I told her that, was like, she was like, why was 20-year-old Luke going around with a plane? And I was like,
he wasn't 20.
Well, first off, he wasn't 20, but I was like, I do that sometimes. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah,
have you never just picked up a little toy and go?
I was like, literally, if you go to bed and I'm in the game room by myself, sometimes I take this Slave 1 out and go. She was like, what?
It's the imagination. Let it run wild. God damn.
I was like, that's what toys are for. Come on.
Toys are for playing. Yeah.
It was an embarrassing moment for me.
Nah, don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed.
It's okay to play with toys, right?
It's okay. I play with toys.
All right. All right. Well, next week I'm sure we'll have more to talk about with episode 3.
Hold on.
Wait, what do you got? It's 45 minutes, dude.
Done. We're 44. All
right.
I don't want to go.
What do you got? I know. I
love this.
We'll have a whole other We'll have a whole other episode.
Okay, hold on. So here's what we need to do. What are we speculating is going to happen in I want to talk about one thing. Two things. First, him learning about Leia. Right, and then we have that scene, because we mentioned it earlier, I want to talk more about the scene. And then how, like, she is just like, well, if we can't do this and that, I say we should do this thing because it's better than someone helping us and nothing, blah, blah, blah. And he's just looking at her, and he sees either Satine or Padme.
Yeah.
And he makes that mention, and then she apologizes because, oh, I'm sorry, because long dead. Man, they might do Satine stuff. If I see live action Satine and Obi-Wan flashbacks, it's going to be super sad.
There is a possibility.
I want that so bad. Because if you're an Obi-Wan fan, all you know is pain, and you revel in the pain. Which, hey-oh. And then... here's the thing you didn't see because you didn't watch the preview, right? They had Padme... They had that line repeat several times throughout it where she kept on saying there's still good in him.
Yeah.
So yes. I think that's going to come into play when Vader and Obi-Wan finally do meet again.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely. I think, though, this next episode, I think this is going to be the one where either you see them fix that Grand Inquisitor or Darth Vader...
Oh, it's Darth Vader doing stuff.
Gets another...
It's Darth Vader's turn.
Yeah, it's going to be Darth Vader resolving the Grand Inquisitor situation somehow. Yeah. Either getting a new one or we're fixing that guy. I think that's what it's going to be.
I think we're also going to... Hopefully we see more of this third sister's background.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I'm very interested. Yeah. I'm very interested. I hope she doesn't get an episode to herself.
Oh, me too. I mean, I hope that nobody really gets an episode to themselves.
Yes, I want more of everything. Give me... Maybe Vader gets an episode to himself. I'd be fine with.
I want to at least see Obi-Wan a little bit. It's called Obi-Wan.
Will.
They did a show called The Book of Boba Fett where for half the show, Boba Fett just pieced out. So who knows?
That's the character of Boba Fett, though.
It was very consistent.
Very consistent.
It was very consistent that Boba Fett was in the background.
Boba Fett. All right.
My name is Boba Fett.
My name is Boba Fett.
All right, we'll see you on Friday for a Phase Point and
Star Wars
for more Star Wars.
I love Star Wars. I love that they were doing this.
For listening, everybody.
Goodbye.
Oh, you know what I feel like we should clear up is that from this angle, your shirt looks like an anti-mask shirt.
Oh, no. No.
This is the worst.
It's got a wrestling shirt. This is a wrestling shirt.
This is the worst year I've ever lived in.
SCU.
It's a wrestling shirt?
Yeah. There is a wrestling faction called SCU, Southern California United. And every time they go to a different town that isn't in Southern California, they look at each other and they go, "This is the worst town I've ever been in," and then complain about all the bad things about the town, and then say, like, "At least in California it's always sunny. We can't even get an In-N-Out burger over here." But like, that's their whole shtick, and it was great.
Proximity to In-N-Out burger is important to me.
I think I might go to In-N-Out today. I haven't been in a while.
Nice.
It's just such a... In Springs, there's only, like, 2 locations. So it's like, do I want to wait forever for a burger I could probably make better at home?
No, it's the In-N-Out charm. I had it yesterday, and now my tummy hurts.